What's good, everybody? We got game number 1 of Baltune versus Corvinus, aka Szalami over there, and it is Baltune in the north on the Rus and Corvinus in the south on the Chinese, and playing on Rocky Canyon. So a map we're starting to see a lot more often. This is the open non-water map. Even though there's water, it's not worth anything. It's just another, you know, structure to have to dodge on around. But for now, it's gonna be all about these early build orders and trying to take that map control. Later, Chum. Village being dropped as expected. Baltune going around trying to secure up all this bounty, and you can already see how aggressive he is being with his scouting. All the way on the side of Corvinus, and Corvinus forced back with his scout, immediately needs to react, go over to the other side because his sheep have been cut off, and really good job by Baltune scouting so far. Snagging over a wolf as well. Finished up a set of deer. He has had his third scout come out, and just securing up as much bounty across this map as possible. And there's another wolf for himself as well, so feeling comfortable enough, going ahead securing up that wheelbarrow. Won't have to worry about canceling that either, as don't think he's gonna have to worry too hard on the bounty game. Has another set of deer, another wolf as well, and an additional wolf coming over here. So let's see what type of overall bounty we are going to see for Baltune as he starts aging up to feudal age. And there's an additional wolf. Nice couple deer packs, nice couple wolves. Not really sure how much else he will be able to secure other than the last deer. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Baltune maybe like 350, 375 by the time he finishes up all this. So we're going to add 50 bounty to what we see now. Oh, 290. I was wrong. I overestimated a ton. Oh, I was comparing it to Anathan. Anathan got all the deer on the other map. So that's where we were missing the other 70 or so. Still very, very happy as far as this overall bounty pickup will go, as once you hit 250, you can't complain after that. Good amount of sheep in the bank as well. And China dropping the Imperial Academy, looking to drop the Barbican. Question is, where's this Barbican gonna go down? Right forward front of this stone on the deer and protecting up the front side of the wood lines? Seems like a solid positioning choice, even though double golds are right near each other. Might be a worrisome focus and position. I feel like that this Barbican's a really good one, hard to pass up on too, though. Secures up food for yourself in the long term. I always feel like that's one of the harder points for Chinese, especially when you look at the sheep haul that that Baltune was able to get for himself, as he still has 12 total sheep. Got a little too close for comfort near that town center. And the Kremlin is being dropped, getting pretty close to finishing. Militia most likely going to immediately be called just to try to cause some idle time and cause some annoyance like we've seen in the other games. Oh, no, it is the Barbican dropped in between those gold veins, so I guess Szalami a little too worried overall in the long term for the gold denial, but now I'm a little worried about his food denial, as he will have these berries, but Baltune can easily circle around just like the gold on the other side with the knight and just dive in on these berries, and now these deer on the front side, very hard to secure for himself. Oh my. And this is why you drop the Barbican on your deer. It's because Baltune says your deer. No. My deer. Those are mine. He doesn't, not with professional scouts, with wooden fortresses. So a little bit of some wooden fortress rush action going. He scouts out where the Barbican's going. I think he's probably happy about this. What is one thing you notice about this map? The wood lines. The wood lines. Oh, the wood lines. Yeah. So wood lines, not the greatest positioning points. Baltune goes in ahead, secures the front side deer for himself. Could potentially just go for a full wood denial, which would not allow production buildings, chooks from coming out. It's a barracks as the first choice, the first option from Corvinus. The militia just diving in on those villagers, just trying to be annoying as possible. Pathing, going to cause... Not quite able to pick up any vills, but just one villager of annoyance and idle time, able to get a little bit low. And there's the proxy archery range. So not only is it this wooden fortress to take the deer on Corvinus' side, to deny food from Chinese, it's also proxy production. This is like the old boar build, except it's just taking your opponent's deer that's the front side of their base. Perfect vision point as well. Able to just see everything that Corvinus is doing. So sees the barracks, sees the range, sees the villagers now moving out. The question is will the archer be out in time? Will this outpost be able to be delayed or be denied? I don't believe so. But this is wood that Corvinus is having to invest into that's now in an outpost. Question is he going to be able to get stone to upgrade it? No. So no upgrades for hand cannon slits going to be able to come through. This is kind of just a piece of wood now. I guess he can park his spears in there, but no extra range, anything of that sort. And I love this by Baltune. He's just going to circle around to the other side with his archers, be able to snipe down the spears, but more importantly, snipe down the villagers on the wood line. Look at this. Just so much vision that this gives him over on the other side. And if he starts delaying, if he just starts idling out the wood line just a little bit, the only thing you can defend these archers well with is archers or horsemen. But horsemen, food heavy. What's Baltune denying? Food and wood. You still need some wood, so you can tell how he is having to chop through on the inside of this. Really needs to make sure not to hit these outside trees, or else this allows more vision into the wood line, and he's hitting the outside trees, as I was saying he doesn't need to do. So triple range. It is just all archer production coming out for Baltune, going to be able to easily outmass one range on the other side, even if it's supervised. So really, really struggling situation here for Corvinus. And here's the stables behind this. So even though he's seen a bunch of spears on the other side, plans on getting a couple knights anyways. He's going to be able to use that mobility, use that just faster movement speed, get around to the places that he needs. And I feel like Corvinus, he's just chopping through this wood line so quickly. Rams being dropped, but vision, it allows Baltune to see all of this from going on. Still has vision of all these wood villagers. They're getting closer to chopping through to the point where you can park some archers on the opposite side, snipe them from the other side. No English though with the longbow range yet. So the first ram's going to be dropped. The problem with this is once it gets to the wooden fortress, there's 7 villagers here that can just torch it. They're not in the outpost range, and the archers can easily start sniping down. It's not like you can really press up that well. You're lacking in your military. We have seen the stables come out, so horsemen's trying to start being massed as well. So much wood, though, that Corvinus is using for rams. And usually you'll see this as, you know, the aggressor is the one who is having to make the sacrifice to drop rams to try to, you know, finish the game or get some damage with all this aggression. But no, it's Corvinus with the rams to try to break out of this wooden fortress push. And oh no, it's the point I was talking about. Your wood line, it's too thin. It's too thin. You have nowhere to go. 2 Vills taken down. That's just like a little bit of the Song Dynasty effect being deteriorated. Knight soaking up that frontline damage, and look at the archer mass difference. 20 archers just sniping down everything in their path. Spears trying to press on forward, trying to chase on down on the one Knight that was on that front line, but archers just doing a great job cleaning up the frontline mass. Now the Knights can do their job, kill out all the archers. Vill pulled in and out of this wooden fortress, but Corvinus, he only has 9 archers left. Knights charging the Rams. Wooden fortress getting the lower health, but the wooden fortress, even if it goes down, it has done its job. Villagers having to run. Villagers being pulled out of the wooden fortress. A couple do end up going down, but they're just going to rebuild another one. Whole entire wood line idled for Corvinus. No military able to be produced. He's got a decent amount of wood in the bank, but no food. He's on such a food struggle, as we were mentioning earlier. He's going to have to try to move out to these deer, but look at how close production is to those deer. The ram gets cleared out. The next wooden fortress is up. And Baltune, he has the ram pushing forward now. The outpost that I said was going to be completely worthless proves to be completely worthless. Woodline trying to be snuck. Barry's trying to be snuck behind this as well. We'll switch over to the vision line of Baltune. He cannot see this, but what he can see is the things he's ramming down. And those are the 3 production buildings. He can see where the units are heading, which is to this southern side. So he should have an idea that that is where the villagers are, because there's not many places to go for it. Knights spotted out. They start charging forward. The couple spearmen that are still alive in here won't do too much against the Knight mass, as they are still outnumbered and outclassed now. Knights charging, taking down everything in their path. Villagers getting taken down. Corvinus is just going to be decimated here. Outpost does get denied. The couple chooks doing some work, but not enough work, as the frontline production still being burnt, and Corvinus ducks behind his walls. They pull the torches out to go try to take down the ram before another production building falls. Now there's no barracks. Now there's no spears. But more importantly, there's no food. There's no wood. You can't really do anything here at all. Will he do the typical, I guess, Corvinus thing, cockroach around, try to move around to a different spot in the map, secure himself up, but he can't do it. The scout for Baltune, it's already here. It was ready and waiting, giving the perfect vision that is needed. Additional rams being dropped, and the mobile Knights circling around to try to find those vulnerable villagers. All the resources in the bank of Szalami, under 100, just can't do anything. He's not really even gathering resources, but look at the other side, just non-stop production, non-stop resources coming on into the bank, which immediately just means more military. Knights diving in on the gold. More Vills having to run home, jumping inside the Barbican. Baltune, he could lose all these Knights. They have heavily paid for themselves. Instead, though, still's able to get out with 3 or so rams, about to finish up that Imperial Academy. 3 production buildings will be soon to follow right behind it, and the archer number just chilling there, healthy as could be. Knights remass back up. First landmark falls for Corvinus. He is China, so there are still 2 landmarks additionally, even though he's feudal. Knights circle around for yet another raid on that gold vein. Villagers try to run. A couple more Vills go down. Chooks pop out of the TC, start firing down on the Knights again. Knights have to fall back away, but there are bigger problems for Corvinus than just those Knights on the backside of his base. Doing a good job pushing those away and cleaning those up. But there's a lot more on the front side, a lot more to worry about. The 3rd ram comes out. The archer range is going to fall. How will you get any military to defend yourself now? Knights spot out the chop through, not able to get through in time. Quick wall happens, but you know what they are able to do? Just remass back up on the other side of that wall. The end is in sight. Surprise, the FF hasn't come on through, but trying to do anything and everything he can, trying to tire him out. Knights find that other woodline, circle on around, and finally the FF comes through. Game number 1 goes over to Baltune.